This is the Tech Educator one-on-one channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about clonezilla and being able to grab individual files from the image. Clonezilla is a great imaging and cloning tool. It's open source. I've used it for a long time. Really allows you to clone disks or clone partitions or back them up in an image. The one downside is that you cannot recover a single file from the image. There is a workaround. Of course, if you click on their link, it is a 404. So I'm not sure what happened to that site. That page is at least gone. But I'm going to show you how to do that today. Essentially, what you've got to do is once you have your image, you have to convert it to a different type, an IMG type image. And then you're able to mount that and pull out the individual files from it. So I'm going to power this on, and then I'm going to boot to a Ubuntu desktop to do this. But the process is once you've got your image file, then what we're going to do is install partclone. It's not installed on Ubuntu 25.04 by default. So we'll install that, and then we'll use another tool to convert the image. And then we'll mount that image. I'm going to get rid of that. We want the live desktop. All right, let's go ahead and make this full screen. There we go. A little better. The other thing... There are two disks connected to this virtual machine. One of them is the hard drive where I put the image on, and that's where we're going to do the conversion. This is the Windows image, or this is the Windows drive. This is a virtual machine, but that doesn't really matter that much. You can use clonezilla to back up a virtual machine just as easy as a real machine. But that's what I used to create this. The partition is 107 gigabytes. Here's the Windows partition. It's got all the original Windows files. And here is the working drive. That's a 200 gigabyte one. This is the clonezilla image. I already created it from that drive. Here are the 4 partitions. So there's the EFI partition, a couple of the Windows partitions, and then this is the one we really want. And you can see this is only 10 gigabytes. Clonezilla has compressed it, removed the free space. We have to expand it back to the original image. One thing of note, when we do this, it's going to go back to this original 107 gigabytes. And so that is one of the downsides of doing this is the compressed image. And when we take it back so that we can extract files from it, it's going to go back to the full size. So if you had a 2 terabyte partition, you're going to need enough space to contain that partition. So you're going to need something 2 terabytes or bigger in order to do that. So that is one thing that you're going to have to pay attention to as far as this goes. All right. And I want to increase the font a little bit. I think that's legible. Okay. The first thing that we're going to want to do is go from the Ubuntu normal user to sudo to the root or administrative user. And we're going to want to do an apt update. This is just to update the cache. You can probably install partclone without doing this, but you will need to be connected to the internet in order to make this happen. You don't need to upgrade all of the packages. We're just worried about partclone. I don't even need to be doing apt or sudo. Ubuntu mounts drives under media and the Ubuntu user. The drive we're working with, I called working, so this is going to vary depending on whatever your drive is going to be. You can see there is the clonezilla image file. And there are our images down there. Again, it's this SDB3 that we're going to be working with. I'm going to go back just to the root to I'm going to type out this command, and I want to make sure that there's room for it to be on the screen. Now we're going to go to the location. And there's our partition that we want to work with. We want to pipe this into partclone. Now our output file, I'm going to put that in the working directory. Again, you can, I'm just going to type the whole path out to make this simple. And it's going to be an image file, IMG. And there we go. And see, there's this device size. And then we have our lap, start remaining, and the completion and how fast it's going. So we'll just get that a minute to finish up. Okay, there we go. And there is our image file right there. You can see there's the size, 106 gigabytes. And the owner is root. I'm going to change that so we can just mount it with the Ubuntu user. There we go. We can see Ubuntu owns that now. At that point, we can be done with the terminal, unless you really want to mount it from the terminal as well. You can see there's the image file, and we're going to just open that with the image mounter. So here's our Windows installation, the users, my user, desktop, documents, downloads. Come in here, we've got a nice README text. This is the file that I wanted to recover. In try-hack-me, capture the flag fashion. So this is how you can recover just one image or one document, whatever it might be, without restoring the entire disk. I assume you're probably going to want more than that, but if something ends up disappearing and you don't want to completely restore the disk from a clonezilla backup, this is one method you can use to do that. If you want to mount that from the terminal, we need to make a directory to mount it to. Give it the name of the file and the location. I'm going to just put that out, the home path. I want to put it in the Windows directory. The type, it's Windows, so it's going to be NTFS. I'll make sure it's read-only. Simply come back to our working drive. You can see there's our Windows directory. And again, here's our files. And I'll unmount that. But to come back, you can see this image file, it did go from that 10 gig compressed image back to the full size of 107 gigabytes. I thought okay, it is empty. I did unmount it. So that's how you can convert an image from Clonezilla and then mount it to recover an individual file or files instead of restoring the entire image to a disk. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. And if you want to see more of my content, please click subscribe. Have a great day.